Here we are on Clothesline, the show where we wring them clean, string them up and put them to dry on the clothesline. We've now been through 100 days of Achhe Din. But guess who hasn't caught on yet? The story is about Modi's first 100 days in power, and you call Manmohan Singh the Prime Minister in your first line? Don't you get it? What's wrong with you? Still, that wasn't stopping Prime Minister Modi, who just completed 100 days in power with a diplomatic visit to Japan. While some news channels sent reporters to cover the visit, India TV's Abhishek Upadhyay was 2 steps ahead, or rather 2 days ahead of everyone else, and since Modi wasn't in Japan yet to make news, he resorted to this.
India TV संवाददाता अभिषेक उपाध्याय और कैमरामैन सुरेंद्र कोहली जापान में बुलेट ट्रेन का जायजा लेने पहुंचे।
Okay, it's a report on bullet trains. So what's the peg? Modi's desire to bring bullet trains to India? No, it's just bullet trains.
ये टोक्यो से अकीता की ओर जाने वाली बुलेट ट्रेन है। पैसेंजर्स जो हैं वो इसमें अपनी अपनी जगह ले रहे हैं, बैठ रहे हैं। और ये देखिए, ये जो बीच का हिस्सा आप देख रहे हैं, ये स्पेशली डोर के लिए जगह खुली हुई है, ये खुली रहती है। यहाँ एक बेहद ही दिलचस्प नज़ारा दिखाई पड़ रहा है। यहाँ जिन लोगों को हम देख रहे हैं, ये सब सफाई करने के लिए यहाँ पर हैं, और ये एक खास किस्म की इनकी ड्रेस है, तो खास किस्म की ड्रेस है, लाल, पीली और नीली। और जैसे ही ये अभी इनको हम देख रहे हैं कि ये सफाई कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर। हम इस समय जापान की शिनकानसेन ट्रेन में बैठे हुए हैं, जो कि रफ्तार से बातें करने के लिए पूरे विश्व में मशहूर है, और हमने बाकायदा टिकट ले लिया है।
Really? We thought you just snuck on there. Thanks for clearing that up. Now that he was on the train, surely things would get better, right?
और अभी ये देखेंगे शहरी इलाके यहाँ दिखाई पड़ रहे हैं, ये जो इस खिड़की से, यानी कि अभी ये ट्रेन यहाँ से छूटी है। ये इसके दरवाजे हैं जो बंद रहते हैं, जब ट्रेन रुकती है उसी वक्त ये दरवाजे खुलते हैं। जापान की शिनकानसेन ट्रेनों का एक नज़ारा देखते हैं। शिनकानसेन ट्रेन का ये गेट खुला है, जैसे ही हम इसके नज़दीक पहुँचेंगे ये खुल जाएगा। ये एक खूबी है कि पूरी तरह से ये ऑटोमेटिक सिस्टम पे काम करती है। और जब ट्रेन ऐसे सुरंगों में, जैसे इस समय जो है अभी ट्रेन सुरंग से एक निकली है, उस वक्त भी कहीं भी कुछ ऐसा नहीं लगता है।
What did he think was going to happen? This? Run! It's Godzilla! Abhishek Bachche, you must be used to more eventful rides on Indian trains. But even here, the most that happens when you pass through a tunnel is that you get poor phone reception.
इनका जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, वर्ल्ड क्लास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है। जो यहाँ की सीटें हैं, जो ट्रेन का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, ट्रेन की रफ्तार इतनी संतुलित होती है कि कुछ भी हिलता नहीं है, सब कुछ ज्यों का त्यों रहता है।
For all of you feeling bad that India doesn't have trains like that, and I don't like Indians feeling bad, I'm here to make you feel good. Let's show you what regular train service in Japan is like. That makes me feel much better, so much better. Thankfully for us, Prime Minister Modi arrived in Japan giving reporters something serious to report on. But instead of the nuclear talks and trade agreements, Zee News decided to run with this.
जापान यात्रा के चौथे दिन दुनिया को म्यूजिकल नरेंद्र मोदी के दर्शन हुए। हम आज तस्वीरों की मदद से म्यूजिकल यानी संगीत प्रेमी मोदी का इंट्रोडक्शन आपसे करवाएंगे। साथ ही इन तस्वीरों की तुलना बराक ओबामा और व्लादिमीर पुतिन की उन म्यूजिकल तस्वीरों से भी करेंगे जिनमें संगीत है, गीत है और डांस भी है।
एक दूसरे कार्यक्रम में नरेंद्र मोदी को बतौर तोहफा एक घंटा दिया गया, और फिर क्या हुआ ये आप भी देखिए।
Get ready for a surprise. What does he do with the bell? Surprise! Modi definitely had Zee News dancing to his tunes, but they weren't the only ones. That's talented Mr. Narendra Modi. Can we cut across? Let's just hear out him as a drummer.
Well, when you are in जैसे अंग्रेजी में कहते हैं ना मैच्योर, वो नहीं नजर आ रहे थे। ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे काफी सीखे हुए हैं और उस तरीके से बिल्कुल जो परंपरागत जापानी वहां पर शख्स थे जो ड्रम बजा रहे थे, बिल्कुल उसके साथ ताल पे ताल मिलाते हुए ड्रम बजा, और उससे पहले बांसुरी की धुन भी मिलाई।
तो कल बांसुरी बजाई थी और आज ड्रम बजाया और हेड मूवमेंट भी दिया नरेंद्र मोदी ने। एक तरफ प्रोफेशनल ड्रमर हैं और दूसरी तरफ प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी, सेम बॉडी लैंग्वेज और वही हेड मूवमेंट।
Can't say we're surprised. If there's one thing Bollywood has shown us, is that we're suckers for musical numbers. News channels, we get that Manmohan Singh was a boring Prime Minister who didn't give you great photo ops. But this sort of fanfare around a diplomatic visit to a country India already has strong ties with, where no real breakthroughs were achieved, what will you guys do when Modi actually does manage a diplomatic coup? If some channels were dancing to the beat of Modi's drum, Headlines Today was singing a slightly different tune.
RSS pracharaks are not really known for their fashion statements, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi is different. Is he now India's biggest global star? Modi wore one dress while he was boarding the flight to Japan, wore another when he came down. He was wearing another outfit when he was meeting the Japanese Prime Minister, another during his meeting with the Japanese Foreign Minister. He wore yet another dress while beating the traditional Japanese drums. He's also changing his accessories like his boots, his blazer, very frequently.
मेरा जूता है जापानी ये पतलून इंग्लिस्तानी सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी मेरा जूता है जापानी ये पतलून इंग्लिस्तानी सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी मेरा जूता है जापानी.
Really, Headlines Today? A 30-minute show dedicated to Modi's fashion sense. This was your takeaway from his diplomatic visit to Japan, that he wears designer clothes. In fact, Headlines Today was so enamored with India's leader that while comparing him to the United States president, they forgot how to spell Obama's name.
A little jig here or an impromptu burger stop for the American Barack Obama.
While we think the media went overboard hailing Modi for his Japan visit, what he does deserve credit for is this.
हर माँ बाप से पूछना चाहता हूं कि आपके घर में बेटी 10 साल की होती है, 12 साल की होती है, माँ और बाप चौकन्ने रहते, हर बार पूछते हैं कहां जा रही हो, कब आओगी, पहुंचने के बाद फोन करना. बेटी को तो सैकड़ों सवाल माँ बाप पूछते हैं, लेकिन क्या कभी माँ बाप ने अपने बेटे को पूछने की हिम्मत की है?
It's unusual in India for a politician to slash entrenched cultural prejudices, and we have to hand that to Narendra Modi. A big thumbs up for him. Until we change the phrases we use, we cannot change thinking and prejudice. Bollywood can learn a thing or two from Mr. Modi. Let me break it to you, Bollywood, as gently as possible. The film Mardani, what a self-defeating title. Stop being idiots. Women, yes, we women want to be strong, but we do not want to be men, and that goes for you too, Sigmund Freud. Women do not have penis envy. Men do. So, quit making movies about strong women and calling it Mardani. Amidst all of this, the Modi Sarkar completed 100 days in power, and on Times Now's News Hour debate reviewing the Modi government's first 100 days, this happened.
Arnab, today I'm surprised to hear what Mr. Vinod Mehta is saying, because we have tremendous respect for Mr. Vinod Mehta. We all learned few things from Vinod Mehta as a journalist, but today he's trying his level best to look neutral and objective as a journalist. I'm surprised. This is not the time to look neutral and objective. You have to take a position, Mr. Vinod Mehta, and you should take a position, and I'm sorry to say you are not taking a position.
While the rest of the country rants and raves against biased news, the Aam Aadmi Party's Ashutosh has the exact opposite problem. While Ashutosh lost us with his logic, the irony was not lost on Vinod Mehta.
What's wrong in being balanced? As a journalist, I'm supposed to be balanced. What is wrong in being balanced? Does he want me to be prejudiced?
But some
my job is to be balanced. For 40 years I've been an editor. I've prided myself on my balance.
No, but my problem is that you're trying to be balanced. Okay, gentlemen.
Ashutosh, any journalist would take that as a compliment, and you of all people should know you were a journalist once. If Modi was the name on everyone's lips, his counterpart from Pakistan was forgotten, at least for the BJP's Lalita Kumara Mangalam on NDTV.
Mr. Modi had taken the first step when he invited Musharraf for his swearing-in. And I'm told that when Musharraf returned to Pakistan, many questions asked of him as to why he called Musharraf. And in fact, one of the reasoning given for calling the Sri Lankan president was that if we can call Musharraf, why not the Sri Lankan Prime Minister, not President, sorry.
Then there was the case of the girl in Meerut who successfully fought off some would-be assailants, but based on which news channel you were watching, the facts you know may vary. If you were watching CNN IBN, then this is the story.
Sort of inspiring story that's come in from Meerut, where a woman defended herself and her husband in front of a group of hooligans.
Now, they got it right. She was defending her husband. But if you watch News X,
it took one girl to step up and fight off 5 brazen goons in broad daylight in Meerut, all to save her father.
With that sort of tone, he must be right, but he isn't. Still, if you watch Times Now, you'd be slightly more confused because first they got it wrong.
A girl single-handedly fighting goons as they misbehave with her father.
Then they got it right.
Another shocking incident. She's a woman who fought the goons to save her husband.
But in the same report where they got it right, they managed to get it wrong, even when the woman herself says it was her husband. Watch.
हस्बैंड के साथ विक्टोरिया पार्क बिजली घर है वहाँ पे जा रही थी हस्बैंड के साथ विक्टोरिया पार्क बिजली घर है वहाँ पे जा रही थी.
That's Times Now, covering every angle of the story. If Times Now got it right and wrong at the same time, Karan Thapar on Headlines Today was just wrong when he said this in a debate on the appointment of an ex-Chief Justice of India as the Governor of Kerala.
I want to come back pointedly and particularly to Justice Satya Sivam's case, because there's a further complication in making him a governor. In April 2013, he was the judge who in fact quashed an FIR against Amit Shah and then proceeded to give Amit Shah bail.
Karan, I want to correct one fact. Justice Satya Sivam did not quash any FIR against Amit Shah. Justice Satya Sivam did not grant bail. It was another bench which granted bail.
But of course, Karan can never be wrong.
Just so that you know, it's a letter written by Adish Agarwal, who calls himself the president of the All India Bar Association. It was circulated widely yesterday and it's been sent to the President of India, and he makes this accusation.
Karan, not too long ago, it was fact. Now it's an accusation made by someone else. Ha, very good. Even so, all it would take to distinguish fact from accusation is basic research. Thank you, Vishal Yadav, for that contribution. This episode's fatwa goes to Malaysian Airlines for running this promotion. Seriously, Malaysian Airlines, 2 horrific disasters, and you run with a bucket list contest? Dudes, what the f were you thinking? Then there was India Today, who ran this image with this caption: JDU leader Nitish Kumar and RJD chief Lalu Prasad hug each other at a rally for a buy poll at Hajipur. Now this story and picture are supposed to be recent. There's just one problem. Ram Kripal Yadav is in the picture and he left the RJD for the BJP a while ago. Thank you, Anand Walunjkar, for that spot. Finally, we'd like to bring your attention to this. According to a couple of mails and tweets we received, Al Jazeera ran this image from Bollywood as an image of injured Palestinians. And just to be clear, it's fake. These kind of images are really easy to create and equally easy to believe. In fact, based on emails and tweets we received, we had run this image that fooled us, but was in fact photoshopped. Sorry for the mistake, and thank you Tushar Diman for pointing it out. We are punishing our writer, director, and researcher for the oversight, which is considerably easier than you'd imagine because it happens to be one person. Well, that's a wrap for the week. If you saw any moments from journalism that made you go, oh wow, or oh crap, write into us or tweet to us. Subscribe to our newsletter and support our I Pay to Keep News Free campaign. We are the change. You are the change. For better or worse, never do nothing. Stay connected. Stay online.